Excellent. Hi there, Sam. And thank you, Poetry, for the gifts. Not Constantinople, folks. Keep clear. Love visiting Istanbul. Amazing place. I love it. Yes, there's space on the list, Trevor, and I've added you to the list. It was Constantinople at one point. Yes, it was. Even old New York was once New Amsterdam. That is true. Hi there, Amber. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the compliment, May. Correct. That is what it is. Yes, that's the point. I love that. Dream building night. No, that wouldn't work with him. Well, and again, like I keep on seeing like it's the difference between someone like, I keep on hearing everything will let you know about the difference as to whether your manifestation goals are aligned between like how they handle that conversation, right? I like this just the way it is like that's working into the space of like someone's manifestations matching their actions. You're so welcome, 810. All right, we're doing a pet reading. I did get you on the list, Trevor. Ange, if you'd like to be on the list, all you need to do is send the donation and you'll be added to the list. All right. And just bear with me a moment. Laura, thank you for getting on the list. You'll be read for after Trevor. And we've got 4 spots available today before the list will be closed. So if you'd like to secure a spot on the list, please do so sooner rather than later. Okay. We are doing a pet reading. Can I have, I need, I'm sensing a couple of different pets around you. Um, I need clarification as to which one. Thank you, because you got some spirit pets. All right, thank you. Can I get, yeah. Like, I was like, there's a whole bunch of, all right, yeah, thank you. Thank you. This is interesting. Um, because I'm getting here, this feels like a karmic companion. You know, there's like this feels like someone that's been following you around a bit, like this is not their first time around with you, is what I'm getting. Um, this is a reincarnation of an old pet, is what I'm seeing. Like I think that this is someone that might have come back to you in the same lifetime. Like that's what I was like. Wait a minute. I'm like, this is the same pet. They're like, hello, surprise, surprise. This is what I'm getting. I mean, if you've been wondering about this, let this reading serve as confirmation. Like I keep on hearing it's undeniable. Like I almost see someone who's like, that looks familiar. Like there's a lot of I keep on hearing telltale signs is what I keep on seeing. I feel like they're trying to like go out of their way not to make it too obvious, but they can't help it. Like there's a couple of like it's giving me like a couple of like weird habits. You know what I mean? It's like there's I don't know what it is, like there's like a weird God, I love our weird habits, you know what I mean? Like our weird habits that like I keep on hearing our weird habits that energetically tell on us is what I keep on seeing, you know? But I feel like, you know, I think that there's something really important about that too, because um I often see energy in this way, and here's the thing, like, these are like little karmic, whoop, there you go. These are like little karmic protectors, is what I'm getting. Yeah, like, like, this is heavy on this. Oh my god, that's wild. Sorry, that was from the old reading into the new one as I was doing your reading, so that I was like, "Okay, yeah, that makes sense." Um, you know, I see someone who, like, energetically, they consider themselves your shield. Like, they consider themselves your protector. And the thing about it is, like, I always like the thing about when someone's an energetic protector, like, I keep on seeing that when, like, often when energy wants to protect us, the best way for them to come through is via the space of a pet, because, like, like, their protectiveness of you would just be really weird if it was in a person. It'd be very weird. You know what I mean? Like, it'd be like, "No, I'm gonna follow you in there. You can't follow me in there. I need to follow you in there." Like, no, um, is what I'm seeing. Um, but, like, that, I mean, like, if this is the type of, if this is the type of, like, like, and I love it because, like, I love protector energy because 'cause they're like, "I don't care if it's weird." Like, they're like, I just need to know where you are at every moment. It's not that difficult." Like, where you go, I go. Like, you know what I mean? It's like the bodyguard energy. Um, but and I feel like I keep on seeing that someone just like they signed up for this because they know, I keep on hearing, the span of a lifetime as an animal companion is such that they were like totally ready for this. Is what I keep on seeing. They're just like, they're like, I keep on hearing, like, it comes with the territory to a certain extent. And so, I feel like in the context of this energy, like, if you've been feeling that, like, sneaking suspicion that this is a pet that you've already had, like, they're giving me the affirmation there of that. And if they're really clingy, if that's like, if they're very clingy, if they're like the type of energy that gets really anxious or carries a lot of anxiety when you're not in their sight, well, that's because, like, their energy is one of a protector. And protectors are like, it's going to be fine. You just let me follow you everywhere. Like, I don't know why you keep on messing up my job. Like, you know? So it might, like, if that's happening, you might have to give them re-encouragement that you're fine, even if you're not energetically together, is what I keep on seeing. Because I keep on feeling like someone who's like wants to be like, they want to be like with you everywhere. Um, because it's just the role that they inhabit. So something about being able to encourage them, and I keep on hearing, you have to let them know you're fine even when you're not there, because they're constantly worrying about you. So, I keep on seeing that something about that, um, might be like a constant challenge with an energy like this, especially if there's someone who carries a lot of anxiety when you're not there. Bottom of the deck, yeah, like, and again, like, I feel like, I feel like they might come back in another form too, is what I'm seeing. You know, like, I just keep on seeing, like, and I keep on like, I'm identifying something here where it's like their commitment, like, I almost keep on identifying, it's almost like their commitment to you is one that, like, I almost feel like you're going to recognize some kind of some kind of harmonic beauty, in the sense that they keep on saying to me, remember that I will always return to you, right? Like, even in that space, that ability of being able to recognize and identify that, you know, like when someone is in that like guardian vibration, they're not too they're not too worried about the form that they take, because it's like the expression of their love is one that they're articulating the desire of being by your side, is what I keep on hearing. It's a really beautiful message. Thank you so much, for and I almost hear too, um, they're either seeing or communicating with another, um, like, animal of yours that's also crossed over, you know? Like, because I keep on seeing there's actually, like, it feels to me like there's actually a bunch of pets around you, but in spirit, but they're saying that this one is different, like, you can tell, is what I keep on seeing, because it's like, I keep on hearing, like, animal companions come towards us for different reasons, but it's like, that energetic situation is such that, like, there's a familiarity as it relates to, both like recognizing them energetically, but almost seeing them recognizing things around you, that is almost again acting as confirmation of the fact that like your own presence, your own prescience onto the feeling, like it's almost like reaffirming your own spiritual connection. Because I often feel like this is a type of energy that when you're feeling like something is there, you're getting energetic confirmation from them because they're picking up on it too. Thank you so much for having that reading with me, Little Hawk. And if this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. We are doing personal readings right now. If you would like to get on the list is open. We've got 4 spots left today before the list will be closed. 3 cards for a donation of 29 or more, 4 cards for a donation of 23 or more for my subscribers, Binks and Malayo. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I do not read for across these apps: pregnancy and miracle. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. We are also at 47.2K likes. When we get to 100K, I will be gifting a reading back to the collective in the form of a random drawing. So make sure you're tapping that screen. We'll get to 100K in no time. Next person on the list for today is Sam. Hi there, Sam. How are you doing today? Just going to take a moment to read over some of the comments that came through as I was reading. Also, for anybody joining us, if you would like to get on, if you have information you would like to share for the purposes of our reading, if you have a dream that you would like interpreted or a past life you'd like more information on, you can include those notes in the notes when you send the donation, or you can post them in our subscriber only Discord channel in the appropriate channels. I'm going to take a minute to read over some of the comments that came through as I was reading. All right. Brace yourself. No problem, Trevor. Yes, I know that song. They might be giants. Yep. And current pet. Thank you, V Prince, for the follow. Yes. Yes. Thank you for confirmation on the fact that it's a returning energy. Quirks. Yes. Wow. Beautiful. I called in I called in a human protector too. I love that little van. Let me little hawk. Sam, I realized in this how a few of my pets are 100% connected to me in some way, especially my youngest. I mean, I always like to point this out. Whenever I read for pets, it's like it's really funny. They think that they picked me. Like pets are like as if they could ever. Like the pets are always like as if they could ever. They would tremble if Kitty came back in a human form. I know. No, it's true. We all had that pet be like in human form. You would be a lot. Like you would be a lot. I love how you speak. Oh, I do my best, dear. Thank you for the compliment. Thank you, Lola. I tell mine all the time to come back to me in a human form. Guardians for life, indeed. Exactly, Lola. Thank you as well, little hawk. This is totally my cat too. Thank you. Oh wow. They didn't say like I keep on seeing I keep on seeing that like like that's the thing. Like that type, like that energy is not like they're not picky on what form they come back to you in. Is what I keep on seeing. Like that's the thing about it. I love it. And here's Rosalind. Came over to say hi. Hi there, Rainbow. She sees things, definitely. Yep. Thank you for confirmation on that. You're so welcome, dear. Hi there. Issues with my relationship are complex. Lots of trauma on both sides. Okay, blended family. My female cat Percy. Okay, thank you for confirmation on what I was seeing. My female cat Percy was my male cat Ollie. Thank you for confirming the reading. Okay, got you. All right, can I get 4 cards for Sam, please? Highest priority messages from spirit, please, in relationality to that connection. So, I think there's something really important that I'm identifying right now. Um, in relationality to, I feel like you have to have a conversation um, with your counterpart as it relates to having a unified front on something, is what I keep on seeing. Because everything that I'm identifying here is, um, I see a lot of the trauma that you both carried into a relationship dynamic. And when we talk through how we're healing how we feel. But there is a big capacity here for someone to potentially project. And we want to, I keep on hearing, the relationship has to be a projection free zone. Because when we project, we carry the trauma into the relationship. When we talk about how we feel, we heal it. And I keep on seeing that that space of projection has to be one that when there is a conflict occurring, you cannot take sides. I keep on hearing healthy partnership is not about taking sides. And I keep on seeing the fact that something about the trauma informed environment that you and another person experienced are very, very similar. So it creates that space. You both want to be superheroes, is what I'm getting. There's no superheroes in a relationship. Nobody's coming to the rescue, because when you try to be superheroes, then you're assuming the other person is the what happens when we try to be superheroes? When you try to be superheroes, that is assuming that one person is the bad guy. There are no superheroes in the relationship. There's no need to come to each other's rescue. There's no need to feel that you need to be another person's sole defender, because when you start to be another person's sole defender, You are projecting the unhealed inner child, right? You are projecting what you needed when you were going through a trauma because no one was there to protect you. So remember, even in this is a problem with projection. Projection, I feel like often people misconstrue projection and they think projection means I'm going to be the villain. No, you don't. Most people do not project the villain. The projection occurs in the moment that you see the need to step in to rescue someone from an experience. The projection comes when they say, I'll there you go, I'll save you. You can't you can't talk to them like that, right? No superheroes in the relationship. Unified front, which doesn't mean, right? Doesn't mean, especially in the space of conflict, in the space of conflict, right? It's not about someone winning. It's not about someone being right. If one person is upset, there's no winning. Nobody, nothing happens, right? Unified determination point. It's not about who's right or what's wrong. What strikes balance. And I feel like this is difficult because I can see it even now. Like you both have a big wound in this way. There's something about, I keep on saying, there's something about an energetic violation, right? Something about that feeling of another person. Like I feel like if you guys were both, I keep on hearing, if you guys were both the scapegoats in your past experience, you have to stop trying to be the superhero in this one, okay? Because that need to protect and defend, a healthy partnership doesn't require any protecting. And the way we can tell is I know it's like you have to say you're just like the minute you say you're just like no you're not. That is not that, right? We don't start replaying the trauma. And I'm going to say this right now, if this is something where you're, and I keep on hearing, if this is something that you're having a moment that you say I can't help it, in the moment that you say I can't help it, it's okay to get help with it. If you need to get someone outside to help navigate through that, that's okay too. Because I keep on hearing you got to move out of this contest of wills. You got to move away from looking at that as a point of I keep on seeing like that point of, and I see it too because I see some energetic children around you that once that starts, right? Once that starts, right? That telling, you know like I keep on hearing no quiet, no offsides conversations is what I keep on hearing. No, like like telling someone, another person, like another thing in secret. I keep on seeing everything is on the table, right? It's a forum. Okay, it's a forum. And so I feel like there's something really important about working in that space and not feeling like there's something coming through as it relates to the polarization point. And that's why I keep on seeing you guys have to have a unified front in terms of determining how you address things. And once you make that point of address, you don't let someone change your mind, right? Don't fight. Like I keep on hearing, don't create that sense of argumentation in front of the energy trying to get their way is what I hear. Because I keep on saying the thing is when energy is trying to get their way and you create those fractures, it create, like I keep on seeing it's like the energy that's trying to say like, it's I keep on hearing there's no poor me, there's poor us, right? Moving away from poor me into poor us, which says, if one of us is not happy, everything stops, right? If something is not happy, everything stops until it's made right. It's not you're right, they're wrong. It's everything stops until everybody's right. Bottom of the deck. And this is very complicated. I can see this. The complication point, and this is hard. You and another person carry the same wounds, and you'd think that would be a good thing. It's not, because when we carry the same wounds, then we can't be complementary. right? We can't bring what is needed to a situation, identifying another person's lack space. We have to identify and say we both need to pull back against our first instinct because again, if like if you're in a space where you get upset and you shut down, right, often it's helpful to have someone who gets upset and wants to talk, because then the person that wants to talk pulls the person that's upset and shuts down out of the off the brink of their own quietude. But if you're in that space where you both have that ability to retreat, I keep on seeing you both kind of work in that space of avoiding, but then you write and then you build that same space of seeing that in others. I feel like you want to write like the energy that wants to, I keep on getting the energy that wants to retreat is the same energy that will rise to defend ill treatment. That's important. Write it down. The energy that wants to retreat will be the same energy that wants to wants to rise to defend ill treatment. But what you need to do is not rise to defend. You need to empower. Empower. Don't fight battles for others. Help someone learn the tools to empower themselves. And that's a message that you can take both to your set to those around you going through these conflict points, but also to each other, which is saying, I don't want to fight with you. I want to empower you. Because when I empower you, I empower us as an energetic unit. Okay. If you're going to be superheroes, you're allowed to be superheroes, but the only way you're allowed to be superheroes is if you're Wonder Twins. Thank you so much for having that reading with me, Sam. And if this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. We are doing personal readings right now. If you would like to get on the list is open. We've got 4 spots left for today. 3 cards for a donation of 29 or more. 4 cards for donation of 23 or more for my subscribers, Binks and Malayo. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I do not read for on these apps, pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. Next person on the list for today is Jalissa. Jalissa, if you're here, can you respond in all caps? Let me know if you'd like a general reading or if you have a specific question. Amber, the Wonder Twins are they're 2 twins, but they can't activate their powers unless they come together. They have no power. They are powerless unless they merge. And once they merge, they can do anything, but they have to be they have to unify in order to activate their power. So again, if you're going to be a superhero in the relationship, the only superhero you're allowed to be is the Wonder Twins. Okay? Thank you. So I'm sorry. I out nerded the reading. Apologies. Apologies for out nerding the reading. All right. I'm going to take a moment to read over some of the comments that came through as it was reading. Yes, kind of like Captain Planet. Really, really good point there. Yeah. All right. One moment, just reading over the comments. And Matilda, thank you for the follow. You're so welcome, Sunita. I know it's very difficult. I can see it. If you're both scapegoats, you need to stop being the superhero. I know it's hard because it's often what happens with those or they're in those experiences. You're so welcome, Sam. Blessings to you as well, Leonora. You're so welcome, Sunita. Excellent. All right. That didn't connect with me, but I loved every bit of it. Thank you, Bridget. So on point. I'm glad that that helped here. Insightful. If you'd like general, absolutely, Jilsa. We are too headstrong, outspoken, and emotional, but also retreat when wounded. No, I see this. Like this is the thing. You gotta start stepping out of your comfort zone. You have to start. You're too similar, right? You're each other's mirror reflection. You got to start doing the thing that's the hardest for you to do to give each other what you need. I'm so glad it helped here and sending you so much support on that journey. Okay. I'm a Marvel geek. I understand. I'm also a Marvel geek, Amber. All right. We are doing general right now for Jalissa, please. Can I get a general read for Jalissa? 3 cards, please. Highest party messages from Spirit. All right. Three cards. I feel like you need to get more comfortable with your own energy right now. You know, I feel that there's, keep on hearing it. You're healing your relationship to solitude and learning to understand that solitude does not have to be a lonely place. When we love our energy, we start raising our own standards. When we love our energy, we start raising our own standards, right? And I feel like this is really important because I almost see a situation and like that's why like when we start raising our own standards and we like our energy and someone's like, if you don't do this, I'll go away. You go. Like what do you like right? Energy that is afraid of their own loneliness will always threaten to abandon energy because they can't think of anything worse than being in a space of solitude. But that's why when we start to build into the space of loving ourselves, our standards start going up because we heal the abandonment wound of loneliness, and we start just figuring out like that's our favorite place to be. You know, so if you're going through this right now, I want you to give yourself time. It's a skill to be learned. We don't put enough concentration um, on helping each other learn to embrace the energy of our solitude. And I keep on hearing, you can do it slowly. You can do it incrementally, you know, take yourself for a walk if it's something that's not easy for you, right? Do something nice for yourself with the condition of saying it's just for me because there's something about you working through this right now. I keep on seeing some kind of situation, right? And I think this is really important too, because it does feel like someone that was trying to trigger an abandonment wound in you, you know? Like it feels a lot, um, it feels a lot like someone that was trying to put you in a space of like craving connection. And I like to point this out, like energy that tries to create a connection that is built on cravings can't help like it doesn't work on hermit energy. Because if the energy is like, if you don't if you don't do what I say, I'll go away. Hermit energy is like, like what? Okay, like I guess you could do that, like whatever. Because I keep on seeing. Oh, that's interesting. Wow, the card went away. Where'd it go? Hold on. Case in point. Case in point. Like the energy that says, "Oh, I'll just go away." You go, "Where'd you like? Oh, I didn't even like." It's the energy being like it sometimes it like I keep on hearing sometimes it goes over your head out the window because it just starts being really weird. Like it's like it starts being really weird. Like why? Like that's the thing about it. You can usually tell that's happening because another person's trying to do it, and the energy is being like, "Why are you being so weird? I don't have time to worry about it." It's like and I'm saying this because it also feels like there is someone who like locked themselves out of your life like this, or someone who's in the process of locking themselves out of your life. And I always think like whenever I see that, I'm always like, that's like the best energetic blessing possible, you know, because energy that tries to hold their own energy hostage often will learn a very, very harsh lesson, right? Like energy that's like, oh, I'm going to teach you a lesson. You know what I mean? Like, what happens with the energy that tries to hold themselves hostage with their own energy and trying to build into a space of like unhealthiness? You know, we say what we mean and we mean what we say, and we don't say things to get our way. because it's in that moment of someone saying like, I'm just going to go, that like the day comes back and they go and they come back and the locks have been changed. You know what I mean? Like the locks have been changed. You don't get to come. The message is you don't get a revolving door in others' lives. And often those who feel, who don't appreciate the space that we give one another, when we come into that space of like going away and coming back, like the moment another person heals from that is the day they try to come back, and they can't, like, and then it's like, yeah, it's like, well, what happened? Be like, you happened. Like, this is, I've healed from this. It's not creating, like, it's not like, often the energy that does that wants you to lower the standards, be like, I'll do anything, just remain. But when we start to appreciate ourselves, we find ourselves in that space, and then we're able to build into a place of healthy relationship. So I feel like I see you having, I like, either currently going through this or working through this. So I want you to be patient with yourself. I want you to understand that even in this solitude, something profound is healing for you, because in that space that you're coming to love yourself, it's not like, again, like the energy that goes away and says, ah, good, when I come back, they'll do anything, is the same energy that comes back and finds a very rude awakening, in terms of saying like it's not, I keep on hearing, we don't affect change in relationship by threatening to leave. We create change by doing the work and persevering. The third card that came through, again, King of Pentacles in its reversal. So that, again, I keep on seeing, like, I want you to think, I want you to remember this, because it does feel to me, um, it does feel to me like there's something energetically here about working through something. Like, I almost hear someone who's talking constantly about the fact that others let them down, right? Like, I almost feel like there was some kind of conversation that you had with someone, in terms of them like giving you some kind of story about the fact that others are always letting them down, but you're recognizing that it's not that others let them down, it's that they're constantly walking away, right? The energy that constantly walks away is often the same energy that constantly talks about the fact that others lets them down. Because again, I feel like you're learning the space that what one does when you're feeling let down tells you everything you need to know about who they are, right? Because when you're constantly feeling let down, it's the expectation of the demand that you're putting towards another person. So I keep on hearing, remember that often the energy that's constantly talking about how somebody says you're just like everyone else, you're constantly letting me down. The energy that constantly talks about being let down is always the energy that walks away. And in the process of them walking away, you see what the issue was in the first place. And I feel like, in a way, you're kind of seeing, like, you're seeing the problem behind the problem, if you will, because you're identifying the fact that's the I keep on hearing the energy that constantly talks about being let down is often the energy that's constantly walking away, because they're looking towards others to prove to them things, instead of putting the force of effort in to create that sense of consistency. Bottom of the deck, yeah, right. When someone, this is why we don't hold unreasonable expectations to those around us. I see someone who's got a lot of trauma here, but I keep on hearing having a lot of trauma is no excuse, because if we have a lot of trauma but we're not identifying where our wounds are, we perpetuate the wounds in everyone around us. So I see some kind of situation that it feels really difficult, because it almost feels like someone that's walked away from you and is now crying, help me, right? Like that's the thing. It's not about help. It's about, like, helping the self. It's about working through the context of identifying and recognizing what that force of effort is. So I keep on hearing, don't let someone twist it on you. Don't let someone who is constantly walking away from you tell you that you're abandoning them in the space that they try to come back and you don't let them. That's not abandonment. Okay, like that's like you wondering, that's not abandonment. The abandonment occurred when they walked away from you a million times. The abandonment does not occur when they walk away and come back and suddenly find the fact that you're no longer available to be abandoned. Okay, I keep on hearing that. Remember, abandonment does not occur in the space that someone comes back and you're no longer available to be abandoned again. That is not abandonment, that is self preservation. Thank you so much for having that reading with me, Jalissa. And if this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. We are doing personal readings right now. If you would like to get on the list is open. We've got 3 spots left for today before the list will be closed. 3 cards for a donation of 29 or more. 4 cards for a donation of 23 or more for my subscribers. Links in my bio. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I do not read for across these apps: pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. Next person on the list for today is Trevor. Trevor, if you're here, can you respond in all caps? Let me know if you'd like a general reading or if you have a specific question you'd like me to answer. And as I mentioned, if anyone, Trevor, don't put your question up yet because we got to 50K. Thank you guys for helping us get to our 50K milestone. I will be gifting a reading back to the collective in the form of a random drawing. Thank you guys so much. And just bear with me a moment as I read over some of the comments that came through as I was giving that reading. And if you would like to get on the list for today, the 3rd spot is available. All right. James, thank you so much for the follow, dear. And let me just read. Hi there, Susie. Good to see you today. Blessings to you again, Leonora. All right. I'm so glad that helped, Sam. And again, sending you so much support on that journey. You're so welcome, Marisol. All good. I just have not heard of Wonder Twins before. Yeah. Or Care Bear Stare. Exactly. Thank you, Bridget. Minnie, your subscription's ending soon if you'd like to renew. Love me some Wonder Twins. Bucket of water. I had a dream about being a superhero and woke up wondering why I was dreaming that. Well, I do dream interpretations here, Marisol. If you'd like to get on the list for a dream interpretation, I'm happy to read into it. Sam, we both have intense betrayal wounds and both come into the hero. Ex-cop and firefighter. Yeah. Yep. That makes sense. Again, Wonder Twins. Okay. Wonder Twins. Nobody's on the right side. There is no side, right? I keep on hearing there is no side in a family. There is no side in the family. Sending you so much support on that journey. And again, thank you both for your service. All right. Marisol, I like the Wonder Twins a lot more. Yep. Healing from abusive relationships in childhood. It's a lifelong journey. Sending you so much support in that way. Hi there, Susie. Hi there, Jasmine. I can't wait to give them the Marvel reference. Excellent. Excellent. If I pick up anything on it, if it's possible, ex co-parent connection to kiddo. Is that for your reading, Rainbow? I have to heal the opposite. I love my own energy. Yes. Minnie, thank you for subscribing. And Denise, thank you as well. Hi there, Caesar. How are you doing today? Hi there, Lucid. Denise, thank you for those gifts. Susie, thank you for the heart. It is so much fun when you date yourself. Jalissa, yes, I'm coming out of a period of time spent alone. I love hanging out with myself. And Ginger, your subscription's ending soon if you'd like to renew. Yes, that's been me recently. Don't tempt me with a good time. You're leaving? Okay, bye. That's spot on. I have a weird friendship or situationship that I left because the energy was weird. All right, thank you for confirmation. And Amber, thank you for getting on the list here. We've got 2 more spots today before the list will be closed. I'm now choosing to believe people when they tell me who they are. I know it's hard. It's hard to do. It's the hardest thing, but continue to do so. I always believe them and not what they could be. Yep. Always believe them and not what they say. Yep. Nope. Yes, because it's a potential you see, not what they want to be. I don't know if I feel like I'm the one walking away or him because it feels like a twisting hot and cold. Well, and I keep on seeing like you potentially have to have that conversation on terms of how you can, like, if there's a way you can unify. And I will tell you, Sam, with something like that, it might be time to bring some outside support in. And it's okay to do so. All right. You're so welcome, Jalissa. Sending you so much support on that journey. And James, thank you for the follow. Christine, thank you for the follow. Hardy, your subscription's ending soon if you'd like to renew. To resub, I think you just hit the subscriber button and it should give you options. I see you subscribe though. I think it worked if you tried. Oh, it was so good, Susie. I saw it. Absolutely. I had vivid dreams last night, but I always forget them. I know. I have the same problem. That's why I always say make sure you keep them, like keep that the journal by your bed. Write down anything that comes through. Moonlight, thank you for the follow. All right, friends, we've got to 50K, so I'm doing the giveaway in terms of giving a reading back to the collective. I am thinking of a number right now between, I'm thinking of a number right now between 1 and, I'm thinking of a number right now between, let me see right now. I got it. 1 and 76. First person I see that posts number will get the reading. First person I see, not the first person that posts it. Sometimes I see things in an order different than you guys post them. No, 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 no. It's a good one. No, 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 no. Ooh, 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 ooh. That sounds like an owl. What noise I'm making. Blood Moon. Congratulations. You got it. Thank you guys so much. We will do that again when we get to 100K. All right. Excellent. All right, guys. Thank you so much. And as I mentioned, if you'd like to get on the list today, we've got 2 more spots before the list will be closed. Trevor, can you let me know if you'd like a general or if you have a specific question you'd like me to answer? Oh, that's really kind of you, Rainbow. I do give a hoot. All right. The number was 47, Fig. Congratulations. All right. Yes. All right. We've got general for Trevor, please. 3 cards. 3 cards. Whoa. You just going where the wind blows. Just going where the wind blows. I get it. I mean, you know, what do you want me to tell you? I mean, like, I feel like there's, I feel like there's something, um, I mean, like, I'm getting like I am on a quest. Like, it's giving me, um, I want to like, how do I describe this? Um, I feel like, how do I describe this? I keep on hearing you're falling very much into the pattern of your past life, is what I'm getting. I keep on getting if this feels familiar. I keep on, I'm like, if this feels familiar, um, I mean, I think that it's good. Um, the thing I keep on identifying, um, which is, and I think that this is really important, is if you're searching for something ephemeral, you're always like it's always going to feel like it's like, it's ephemeral for a reason, is what I keep on hearing. um but I think that there's something important, because I keep on hearing that you're going on a journey, but what you're really doing is you're gathering your thoughts, is what I'm getting. Like, I keep on hearing, are you going on a journey or are you gathering your thoughts? um because I feel like I see you in some kind of like state of sojourn. And sojourn, like I like to point out, like sojourn is like sojourn, it's like a soul journey. Okay. Like a sojourn is a soul journey. Um and the way we often go through the way we go through a sojourn is, you know, we're navigating like a moment of personal transformation. We're often like, a sojourn is really kind of a recalibration point. Um, this is why people typically like write books about them. It's because like that's why, like this is why someone will often be like, "Wow, there was a lot that happened to me on that trip," because it's like, it can often, like, a journey in that way can often recalibrate. It can often recalibrate the self. It can reprioritize things. And I keep on hearing that the value of a sojourn is that it helps us gather our thoughts, in different ways. It helps us change the way that we're thinking, in such a way that we can look at our problems from a different perspective. And so I feel like what's happening for you on the sojourn is like you're having to now handle the now what. It's like I feel like I see you like having to handle like the thing on the other side of the sojourn, which can sometimes happen, which is a now what. Because now it's like often creating that moment, you're like, I can't go back. I can't go back. I can't go back. I can't go back to what was like where I was before. And I don't know where I'm going. So I want you utilizing this time in relationality to identifying and recognizing your own manifestation goals, right? And I keep on seeing that, like, something about that work, um, being able to do something in a certain way, being able to, um, recognize and identify. I almost feel like this is a like you're trying to figure out where you fit in, is what I'm seeing. Like, it's giving me a little bit of this, like, I'll know it when I see it kind of energy, because I feel like there's something that's happening for you right now where it's like you have a very clear perspective on what you want. You're just trying to figure out where you are. And the thing about you trying to figure out where you are is requiring you. I keep on hearing it's like you're browsing, is what I see. Like, I want you to kind of think of that right now. Like, I see you almost browsing, which is like looking at some kind of place or locationality that feels, um and I keep on, it's funny too, because as I started doing this reading, I started like rubbing my chin like I had a beard. But it's like you're looking for a place that you want to grow old in, it is what I keep on hearing. Like, you're looking for a place. I keep on hearing like you're looking for a place to like, sit your wisdom down, is what I keep on hearing. Like, you're looking for a place to like sit your wisdom down, because you're looking for the right view, as it were. Um, So I feel like that's something important to keep in mind a bit on wherever you are or wherever you're looking, which is like it has to say to me like the thing you need to say is like I could see myself here, right? Like there's something about like looking at something and saying, I feel I feel like I feel like I could be comfortable here is almost like what I'm identifying that's happening. But I want you to remember, and this is just something to keep in mind, if everywhere you go you feel uncomfortable, maybe that's an inside problem, not an outside problem, right? Just be mindful of that. Like there's something about that too, as it relates to understanding that um, you know, like something about um like working through the characteristic. I keep on hearing, notice the difference between something you're carrying with you everywhere versus something that you're finding in yourself in certain locationalities. Because I keep on hearing that's going to help you find um, it's going to help you find the place that you're looking for. Bottom of the deck, yeah, especially with the moon card in its reversal. I feel like I see it being like, I am on a hunt for truth. Truth is everywhere. You know what I mean? Um, I do feel like I feel like there is something really important right now. I keep on hearing astrocartography. I don't know if you've looked into that, but you might want to, I'm sure you have, but you might want to check that out. Um, because, I feel like you're looking, like, I keep on hearing, you're like looking for the place where you're going to be the best version of yourself. That's what I keep on hearing. you know and I keep on seeing that, remember, a lot of that a lot of that is not looking outward, it's looking inward, right? So I keep on seeing, like, pay attention not just to what you see but how you feel in certain places, because I keep on getting that, like, you're going through like a little bit of a Goldilocks effect in terms of like, and I like this too, which is sometimes we enter spaces and we're like, everything about this was awful and I loved every minute of it. Is what I keep on hearing. You know what I mean? Like there's sometimes those moments where like everything goes wrong, right? Like you tell this story. I feel like this is how you're going to know that it's the right place for you. This is the place that you need to be. It's that moment where you tell the story and it's the story is a catastrophe, right? You're like, oh my God, it was awful. This happened and this happened and this happened and this happened. And someone goes, how'd it go? I loved every minute of it. I loved every minute of it. Didn't bother me in the slightest. Was like water rolling off the back of like water rolling off the back. You would think like all of these things I didn't like would bother me, but for some reason, it was like totally like it didn't even like like I was like I didn't even like it didn't bother me in the slightest. That's the place you should be. That's the place you should be, because it's the qualitative moment of recognizing that even when everything like goes terrible, you're like, I would go back there in a second. In a second. Right? Like I can't wait to go back there. It's like it's almost like I keep on feeling like that's the energetic call of understanding that things aren't like that is the energetic feeling of even when things are bad there, they're still good. It's like I keep on hearing like even when things are bad there, it's not that bad. It's still good. Thank you so much, Trevor, for having that reading with me. And if this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. We are doing personal readings right now. If you would like to get on the list is open. We've got 2 spots left before the list will be closed. The next person on the list for today is Laura. Laura, if you're here, can you respond in all caps? Let me know if you'd like a general reading or if you have a specific question you'd like me to answer. And I'm going to take a moment to read over some of the comments that came through as I was reading. Poonam, I'm going to ask you to please stop spamming the comments with your statement. It's not courteous to those who are trying to communicate through the chat. If you'd like a reading, all you do is send the donation. This will be your final warning to please stop doing that. Thank you so much, dear. Okay. Got you, Lala. Amber, are you asking me to read over the list? The list right now for those who are joining us is I've got Laura, Nicole, Amber, and Blood Moon. We've got 2 more spots if anybody else would like to claim a spot today. Thank you. All right. And just bear with me a moment as I read over some of the comments that came through as I was reading. Also, friends, we are at 58.7K likes. When we get to 100K, I will be gifting a reading back to the collective in the form of a random drawing. So make sure you're tapping that screen and we'll get to 100K in no time. General, it's always a general. I love it, Trevor. Oh, beautiful. I said that exactly. Told you. Yep. I went to the temple of Hecate and the temple of Apollo this week. That is awesome. And this trip has been an absolute train wreck and the best thing that's ever happened to me. Thank you for confirming the reading. I had a feeling it was an odd number. I typed 57. You were close, Fig. No, I feel like it's good. Like it's good and bad is what I'm seeing. And Beth, thank you for the follow. I have so much to say and no way to articulate. Yep. Lost baggage. Thank you, Hardy, for that gift. A hotel didn't have my rest. Ended up in a hospital. Oh my gosh. Banking issues. And then, oh my gosh, and then met so I can start acting again. I missed whatever you wrote between. I just saw and then met blank so I can start acting again. It's been a wild ride of just letting it ride. I can see that, Trevor. Thank you for confirming the reading. Oh no, you haven't missed anything, Ange. Did I name you on the list? I felt like something was stopping me or hating on me for just simply existing and being here. But this is what I meant. Talk about being led. That's a lot to put in you in a spot. The beard chin is my contemplation or anxious habit. I was like, why am I doing this? Like, why am I doing this? She's literally doing it. I was like, man, thank you for confirmation. Manny, your subscription is ending soon if you'd like to renew. Even though everything's gone to pot in one way or another, there's a comfortable chaos here. Yep. Thank you for confirming. I am. Thank you. The truth is, in fact, out there. Yes, the hunt for truth. I channel through my writing and once wrote to the hearth of fertility to find the knowledge of mine, and it's repeated since I got here. Yep. And obviously, Mesopotamia was the first society, the seventh civilization for the hearth of fertility. Absolutely. I mean, old souls are typically drawn to that area for that reason. I still have these small, weak moments like today where I feel like I need to cry, but I can't yet. I mean, listen, I got to tell you right now, sending you support as well, Manny. The energy today is very difficult. You know, you're not the only one feeling it. It's a lot of emotionality coming out today. Make sure that you're grounding and focusing on manifestation goals. I was like, I could live here. Yep, that's what I was saying. It feels like home when I've never felt like home before. Yep, and that's what I meant. Like when I said, like, notice the feeling that everything. I keep on hearing the things going wrong aren't going wrong to punish you. They're going wrong to say like the fact that all of that could happen, and you're still like in a heartbeat. The fact that you're still like, I would stay here without like even thinking about it. Like they're saying to me, like that is just further confirmation about the fact that I keep on hearing it's a node for you, right? Like it's just a node. Like even if the worst thing happens, you're like in a second. You know, it's like not a big deal. No problem, Amber. And Hardy, thank you for those roses. Happy to read you for that, Hardy. If you'd like to get on the list, you'll be the one, two, three, fourth, fifth person read for. You're so welcome. Thank you, dear, and sending you so much support on that journey and your continued journeys. All right. I have an online meeting. You won't miss out. I will never do a reading if you're not here for it, Blood. And if you can't be here for it, When you come back, just tell me you're on the hold list and we'll add you back into it. Astrocartography hasn't come up yet, come up in 2 years, and this week it's come up twice. Oh, well, let that serve as further confirmation. Oh, thank you guys. All right, next person on the list for today is Laura's. Oh, yes, we already got Laura. I saw her. I saw her put the question up. Hold on. La la. General, please. 4 cards. Highest priority messages from Spirit, please. What are you stressing about here? I'm just gonna tell. I don't know who this is. I don't know who this is on the other side, but I just keep on hearing, "Are you?" And no, like, like, I just keep on hearing, like, you're not gonna let, you're not gonna let like a man, like it's not me. It's not even something I would say. That's why it's something on the other side. They're going, you're not gonna let a man ruin your day, is what I keep on hearing. Like there's something about this. No, this is not. This is a very this is a very focused message in relationality to a certain person. But the reason that they're saying and I gotta stress this, but they're not saying a man. They're not saying a man in like a gendered way. They're not saying it towards like masculine energy. They're saying who is that guy? Like they're going who's like who are they to you? Is what I keep on seeing. Like that's the thing I keep on hearing them say. They're going, who are they to you? Who are they? Like is all they keep on saying. Um, like they're like that's the thing. Like they keep on saying and it's funny too because they're like yelling. They're like, we don't know them. You know, like it's giving me a lot of it's giving me a lot of this energy of someone just being in it feels like someone that's dangling the possibility of their presence to you. And that's why I see someone that's when I keep on hearing them say, when someone dangles the possibility of their presence to you, they're going, you applaud them with the sound of your shoes walking firmly away from them, is what I keep on hearing. They're saying when someone tries to dangle the possibility of their presence to you, you turn and you walk away and they're going, it's funny, you're like, your applause will be the sound of your feet slapping the ground as you walk firmly away from them, is what I keep on hearing. Or someone is applauding you. Like someone is applauding you as you're not doing that, is what I keep on hearing. Because they're it's funny because it's a slow clap because they're going, yeah, they're clapping like this because they're like that's the sound of the feet of my girl just like walking firmly away from some. They're going clippity clop, clippity clop. They're going. They're waiting for you to applaud them, and instead they're going to hear clippity clop as you're just walking away. I'm sorry. I like this energy. They're very funny. They're very funny. They're like, it's a move. I keep on hearing them say, it's a move for a reason. It's a move for a reason, is what I keep on getting. You know, and that's the thing about a move. I keep on hearing like a move is a grand gesture, is what I keep on seeing. Right. And I feel like it does. I feel like the thing about it I'm sorry. I know this is supposed to be general, but it's coming through as a channeled message. I hope you want to talk to this person because they see someone around you that they feel like is acting like a bit of a crybaby. Um, like and that's the thing, and like that's the thing about it is it feels like someone that's being silly with you as a demand for attention is what I keep on seeing. Like that's the reason that they're getting like there's somebody on the other side that's like very, very upset about this because I keep on hearing them say something like in alignment to the fact that like when someone like they're saying like, and I feel like this is something that they used to say when they were here, which is like when someone throws a fit, like throwing a fit doesn't change things, right? Like I keep on seeing like it's giving me a little bit of energy being like, are you done yet? You know? Because like I keep on hearing like when someone doesn't get their way, but they don't talk about it, but instead they get louder. The reason I see someone being like that is like I don't care like they keep on saying there's no other way to cut it. There's a word for that. That's a tantrum, you know? And I keep on seeing like you shouldn't like if someone is causing a tantrum, you don't I keep on hearing them say, remember, when someone is causing a tantrum and you give them what they need, then you've just told them the next time they should cause a maelstrom, right? That the space of someone, you know, coming in, like I keep on hearing, like the volume by which someone comes towards you should not change what they receive, because all that does, like in the act of placating, you just teach them that the only thing they need to learn is how to get louder, right? When the reason they're saying like all you teach someone, and this is why you can say I love you. You can say I love you, and I'm going to say no to you because I love you more than anyone. Because in the moment that you say no to someone, and they start getting louder, assuming that volume is going to change something, you have to say I love you too much to now it's a never is what I'm getting like now it's a never because and I see someone being like, do you care about me? Being like, I care about you more than anyone has ever cared about you because I keep on hearing, I'm teaching you the fact that no is final and does not change dependent on the volume that you bring to it. That volume, I keep on hearing, volume does not change conditions is what they keep on saying. And this is they were hard in their life, you know? Like I've got someone with like brass knuckles here. They're like volume, they're like I stand like and I see someone being like when someone gets loud, I become less flexible is what they're saying. I become less flexible because I keep on like I see the energy saying like when someone gets loud, I say not on your life because it's the energy that says I love you. And someone saying don't you love me and being like I love you more than anyone because I'm teaching you the most important lesson, which is volume does not change conditions. Volume does not change conditions. And I feel like there's something about that message that's coming through very strongly um, as it relates to some kind of situation that you're working through right now, where it may feel like someone is trying to intimidate you or someone's trying to make you like be in a space of volatility that you have to say to them like and I keep on hearing you don't need to don't let someone don't let someone trigger you in that way. Don't let someone bring you into the space that you feel like you have to match their volume. I keep on hearing when someone raises their like I keep on hearing they're saying to me when someone raises their voice, much like any song, You should applaud them with your feet, which is why they're going like this, because they're saying when they raise their voice, you will applaud them, because that's what you do when you raise your voice. When someone's singing, like when someone is singing very loudly, right? We applaud them by walking away, the sound of our feet hitting the pavement as we say, "Are you happy now?" This did not change the conditions. It did change my proximity to you. I keep on hearing, don't let someone try to change your mind in the space of them trying to raise their voice. And don't match them in that. They keep on saying that's why they kept on going clippity clop, because they were saying clippity clop, because they're saying don't fight, don't argue with them. Move your proximity. Like move your just walk, be like I will like that, like let the sound of your feet be the applause that they get for singing so loudly, is all they keep on hearing. That's really beautiful. I like that. I feel like there's a phrase that they're trying to say to me, but I don't understand the phrase. But they keep on saying no. It's from where they're saying like it's something that we say. They're saying to me that there's something about some kind of like when someone is singing loudly. Like I feel like this isn't like I feel like they're saying that this is something that they would say. You give them the applause with your feet walking away. Bottom of the deck on this reading. Yeah, especially with the Queen of Pentacles. I feel like, again, I know that this was a general, but it felt like it was a channeled message was coming through. And I feel like it's someone trying to tell you that you have their, sometimes, I love this. Sometimes with those in spirit, they just like to say, like, I know I'm not there to tell you, but I'm completely on your side on this. This is what I keep on seeing. I love the fact that I tell you, spirit sometimes is like, will come through and be like, I'm on their side. You know, like when there's an argument, like those who are like crossed over, they're like, just for the record, I'm with them. Like, you know what I mean? Like whatever this is that you're going through, I feel like this is someone saying, like, I totally support your position on something right now. Is what I keep on getting. Like they literally like they interrupted the reading I was trying to give because they thought it was really important to tell you that they're encouraging you as it relates to, like, I keep on hearing like digging your feet in about something. Or I keep on hearing it's not stubborn is what I keep on hearing them say. You're not being stubborn, and they're saying that this is why. And if someone's trying to yell at you that you're being stubborn, they're saying it's not stubborn if it's important, right? Like we hold on to things because they have meaning. And then if someone tries to raise and I keep on hearing the volume of something doesn't change the import of it, which is saying, like, again, if you're holding on to something that's important and someone's raising their voice, then now you know it's precious. Now you know it's precious because it almost feels like someone who is asking you to do something small and you said no because it wasn't a big deal. Like they're trying to make you feel like it's a big deal. And the fact that they're raising your voice is giving you all the clarity about how important it is what I keep on hearing, right? Like the thing that was not a big deal now is becoming precious because you're seeing someone making too big a deal about it. That's why I said don't match them. They're saying pay attention. Thank you so much for having that reading with me, and Lala. And if this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. We are doing personal readings right now. If you would like to get on the list, we've got one more spot today before the list will be closed. 3 cards for a donation of 29 or more. 4 cards for a donation of 23 or more for my subscribers. Links in my bio. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I do not read for across these apps, pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. Next person on the list for today is Nicole. Nicole, if you're here, can you respond in all caps? Let me know if you'd like a general reading or if you have a specific question you'd like me to answer. I got you, Nicole. Kamak, if you'd like to get on the list, we've got one more spot today before the list will be closed. And let me just take a moment to read over some of the comments that came through as it was reading. Olivia, thank you for the follow, dear. One moment. And also, friends, when we get to 100K, I will be gifting a reading back to the collective. So make sure you're tapping that screen and we'll get to 100K in no time. All right. And just going to read over some of the comments that came through as I was giving that reading. All right. Oh, it felt like, is it a grandma? And it felt like a grandma energy. It felt like they were, I like them. They were like, get on the way. I'm going to talk to somebody. They're like, I got to talk to somebody. Hi there, Nonel. And thank you for encouraging everyone to tap the screen, Fig. Yep. And Cake, thank you for the follow. Hi there, Precious. That's amazing. I know which grandma this is. It sounds just like her. Thank you for confirmation, Lala. That's great. Applaud them with your footsteps walking away. Yes, thank you. Amen. Thank you, Marcia. And channeling, thank you as well. Yelling doesn't make someone hear you more clearly. Exactly. Right on. Thank you as well, Marcia. Excellent. No is final. Exactly. She was a tough German lady. That sounds so right. Thank you. I mean, it was funny because she was telling me something that they would always say. Like, she's like, this is what we would say about it. I got you on the list, Myra, dear. Yep. You're good. Thank you for the help, guys. Yes, thank you for confirmation, Myra. Yep. Girl, I think this message connected with all of us. Thank you. Um, all right. Highest priority. Okay. We're not doing the two cards just yet, Heather, but if you want to come back, do you guys mind if I do Heather's two card right now, guys? Just let me know for those who are on the list. Olivia, thank you for the follow. All you need to do, Kamak, if you would like to get on the list, is send the donation, and then I'll be happy to read for you. We do angelic guidance here, highest priority messages from spirit, dream interpretation, pet readings, animal spirit guide readings, love readings. You're so welcome. All right. And we have one more spot today before the list will be closed. All right. And thank you, Sanu, for the follow. Excellent. All right, so if everybody's okay with it, Heather has to step away, so I am going to do our two card. Heather, can you let me know? Path to financial rebuild process. Got it. All right. I feel like it's time to make a couple. I keep on saying it's time to make some adjustments. You know, but I feel like it's saying to me, like they're saying in a way, it feels um, like belt tightening in the best possible way, because I just keep on seeing that there's something about you, like working into the context of recognizing and identifying what feels like it's like it also is interesting too, because I feel like there's a time right now where your priorities are changing. So I keep on hearing prioritize um, what is important. And I keep on hearing something about sharing, like it's saying to me something about sharing. Like if there's something that you're not using a lot, maybe there's a situation that you can share something with another person, is what I keep on hearing. Bottom of the deck, like especially with the five of wands in its reversal, like they're saying to me, like pay attention to something that like you have and you need but you don't use a lot, because they're saying that there's something about the opportunity of not needing to hold on to it when you're not using it that might actually allow for like something to come through, is what I keep on seeing. Thank you so much for having that reading with me, Rainbow, and thank you for those gifts during the reading. And Christina, you've got the final spot for today. The list is closed. Anyone else who gets on the list today will be the first person read for tomorrow. Dom, all you need to do to send the donation is send it via my tree that has links in it in my bio. The list is closed today. If you'd like to get on for tomorrow, though, you'll be the first person read for tomorrow. You'll also have an additional card in your reading. All right, the next person I'm reading for today, we're doing Minnie. And we've got, one moment, please. Olivia, thank you for the follow. Hi there, Fiona. Highest priority right now for Minnie. Thank you. There's something that I'm recognizing here. Um, as it relates to, it feels like there's an energy around me that thinks they know everything. Is what I keep on seeing. Like I see some kind of energy around you that feels absolutely confident that they know everything there is to know, you know? Um, and there's something about that I'm seeing is so energetically important because I feel like I almost see being like like I see almost being like I remember being like that, you know? And the thing is, and this is like childlike energy will always like laugh in the face of wisdom, right? Because like they're saying like childlike energy will always be like you don't know anything. And then we're in that moment being like what like yeah, that's what's happening right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like it's giving me um a lot of that space in terms of how do you like I feel like this is the conversation that you have to have with someone. Um, like as it relates to, it does. It feels almost like you're having to work through like another person's naivete on something, and I can see that there's something difficult about a situation or circumstance that you're working through because I almost see you being in a space of being um like not wanting to I keep on seeing you being like I don't want to create trauma by like creating like fear in relationality to others, but I also want to give someone like I almost like see you being like how do I get some common sense in someone's head is what I keep on seeing. Like it's amazing, like it's really amazing how hard it is to like get common sense, like it's like um and I feel like if this is happening, then the thing I think that you need to say is you have to help someone um like with their critical thinking is what I keep on seeing. And like I feel like the critical thinking is not is almost like saying to someone like why would someone say that? Right? Because like I just keep on seeing that like it almost feels to me like there's some kind of space where I almost see someone who is looking at another person like with some kind of feeling of comparison. And they're trying to talk, I keep on hearing them. It's like they're trying to talk about how much better off they have something because they can do anything. Right? And this is what I keep on seeing around the circumstance or situation. This is why I'd be very curious if this is someone who's younger, because this is often something that those that are younger are very susceptible to, right? Looking at someone and being like, yeah, they've got it so much better because they can do anything. but it's almost the space of having to say to another person, that is not a good thing. That's negligence, is what I keep on seeing you have to explain to someone, right? Because when we're very, I keep on hearing, like, when we're very young and we can do anything, that is not, that is not a good thing, right? And that's why often when we see we're older and we see someone articulating upon the fact that another says, yeah, there's you know, like they can do anything, it's like having to say to someone like, yeah, that is the concern, right? Because I keep on seeing when we care about, like, when we care about others, right, we're careful, we're conscientious, like we put caution to things, right? But often when we don't know anything and we see someone that can do anything, we feel like that is like something that is being denied to us, instead of being able to recognize the foresight of another trying to emotionally care for another, like, via the space of saying that the care does not come through in being able to do anything. It comes through in the space of helping another person recognize what is best. So, if you're having a conversation with someone in this way, right, make sure that you're helping them. Like, I keep on hearing, make sure that you're helping them work to that conclusion, right? Make sure that you're helping them by giving them your point of view. Don't just give someone a restriction, right? Because if you're creating that restriction point, it can often create that spent, like, you're almost like you're punctuating the problem, as it were, right? Because if you're already having a conversation in relationality to another person that's like too naive to recognize where care comes through, like that ability of identifying and recognizing, I keep on hearing, what is good, what feels good, and what is good, right? Something that is good, but also something that is good because it's good for the self, to help like recognize something that I see that's happening here, where another person is trying to articulate the fact that they can do anything in another space, which is some kind of vibration of love. But I keep on hearing love is not negligence, right? And love is not another person saying, yeah, they let me do anything, it's great. It's almost the energy of love said, that's not great, that's concerning. Bottom of the deck, yeah, especially with emperor energy, right? And I keep on seeing like the ability, I keep on hearing like the ability to help another person. Um, like the gift that we give is helping another person come to their own conclusions about things, right? And I feel like there's something important about that journey. I keep on hearing, don't feel like you're talking about another person, right? Like being able to be energetically sympathetic, but helping another come into the understanding of situations. Like I feel like there's something important about that work, because often, like I keep on hearing, let Saturn do its work. Okay. Like Saturn says, like, let me take care of that. Because sometimes I keep on hearing, like, if you see something about, I almost feel like you're looking at a situation where you feel like it feels like you're looking at someone who is like idealizing someone in a way that you don't think is energetically accurate. But that's why I keep on hearing, like, allowing Saturn to do its work is understanding that some lessons come to us in time, right? That sometimes as we continue through, the ability to recognize something becomes more evidence because we start to understand the meaning of an energetic lesson. So make sure that the conversations that you're having with someone are empowering, not restricting, which is saying the way that we create trauma, I keep on hearing the way that we create trauma, we don't create trauma by saying no. Trauma is not created in the space of saying no. Trauma is created with the no that has no clarity to it. The unknowing creates the trauma. So if you're articulating a restriction to another person, make sure that you're also doing the work to explain why your no is a no. Because that's the way that we're able to heal through a no, because we articulate no, but then in the space of giving the reasons why, we add the condition of sense to a situation so that that clarity of intention does not create trauma in the process, right? The ability to walk something through, walking another person through our thinking, the ability to reason our no affirms that it is the no that comes from the higher self as opposed to the ego. Thank you so much for having that reading with me. And if this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. We are doing personal readings right now. If you would like to get on the list is closed today, but if you'd like to get on for tomorrow, you'll be the first person read for. You'll also have an additional card in your reading. The next person on the list for today is Amber. Amber, if you're here, can you respond in all caps? Let me know if you'd like a general reading or if you have a specific question you'd like me to answer. And I'm going to take a moment to read over some of the comments that came through as I was reading. All right. Tomorrow, Dom, we will be starting tomorrow at 8 a.m. PST, 9 p.m., 9 a.m., 8 a.m. PST, 11 a.m. Eastern. And when we get to, and we will be doing the Divine Collective we'll do the Divine Energy update from about 11 a.m. to noon. So we should be starting personal readings at about, I want to say potentially like 12 to 1, like around 12, 11 to 12, around 1 p.m. is usually when we start doing the personal readings, if that helps. All right. And Sanu, thank you for the follow. You're so welcome, Nana. Thank you for the roses, Kamak. I know the Ten of Swords was difficult there, Heather. Yep. Have a good day, Rainbow. Leon, thank you for the follow. Yes. Oh gosh, thank you for confirmation, Minnie. Witches Brew, good to see you today. Guys, make sure you give Witches a follow. Wonderful reader as well. So good to see you today, dear. I'm so glad that that resonated. Sending you so much support on that journey, Minnie. I know it's not easy. All right. And thank you as well for the follow, Court. Facts. Thank you as well, Witches. Thank you, Real, for the follow. Court, unhealed trauma is like a cancer. It just will find another area to invade your body if it's unresolved. That's a really beautiful way of describing it, right? Like the ability of being able to articulate through it, not holding bitterness. That's why we have to work to heal it. Thank you as well, Phoenix. Good to see you today. Amber, I got you. I had a dream and I think it was a warning. Do I need to start doing protection work? Okay. Do you want to move this into a dream? If do you want to give me the dream so we can interpret on it? I'm happy to just read for it here. I'll just give you like I mean, I'll just give a okay. So it's up to you. So Amber, like we can just read on the meaning of the dream here. Or if you want to send me over the explanation of the dream in the Discord, we can work towards interpreting the dream to understand what the meaning was. You know, I would with a situation like that, Amber. I think it would be better to do a dream interpretation because I want to make sure I'm understanding like what was trying to come through. Oh, the dream had text. Yeah, well, that's even more important because often we can't read in dream spaces. So if we can read in dream spaces, um, it's something that we need to take note of. Is that what was written on? That was what was written on the like in the text? Wow. Okay. All right. Can I get 4 cards, please? All right, can I get 4 cards for Amber on the dream? Hold on. Wow, okay. Okay. It's a karmic dream in relationality to an individual. It's a karmic dream in relationality to an individual. Um, and it's working in the context of understanding that um, there are things that we do that we effectively are doing. It's a high guide message about the perception of another person's messages that they used to send to you is what I'm getting. And a lot of it is I keep on hearing that in the context of us actually doing something, we can articulate upon the fact of the reality of a circumstance or situation, right? The ability to say like hey, you caught, I'm doing this or that, I'm doing this or that. There's an easiness in communication that occurs. But for energy that's not moving into authenticity, it creates I keep on saying it creates the I keep on hearing like it's a conversation about being wary of the pretend scenario, right? What is the pretend scenario? Like someone who goes out of their way to articulate like what they are doing ahead of time in order to kind of create a sense of cover for what they're actually doing, right? And so the dream itself, it's not a dream that's saying to you that you have to do anything from a defensive position. I feel like the dream itself is a message to recognize the difference between someone who is like able to legitimize like what they're doing, right? And we do this all the time. I gotta do something for this, gotta do that. It's that ability of kind of giving someone a heads up as to what we're doing versus someone who seems to go out of their way to like be like, I'm not going to be available, like blah 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 blah, right? Like almost like creating this like over explaining like what they're doing because what they're really trying to do is blindfold you so you can't see so you can't see what they're doing, right? So that's why we saw the fact that in the dream space you saw a bunch of text messages like you articulated, but the only word that you saw over all of the text messages was the word blindfold, because blindfold is the fact that the energy of the text message was effectively a blindfold being like, I got it covered. I told them I was gonna you know what I mean, it's the energy of someone trying to put a blindfold on you by going out of their way to say that they were doing something that they clearly weren't, because it allows for the cover by which they then say like, guys, I'm in the clear. Right? Like, I'm in the clear. I can do whatever we want now because I told them that, it's a lot of that, like I told them we're going here. It's a lot of that. So that's why they said like the disintegration point. I would not be surprised if you had a relationship that fell apart under conditions like this, right? And sometimes we can find those moments when, and it's really painful when this happens, because then we can start to do those moments that we start to see it happening, right? We feel like things aren't adding up. We're able to like do the calculations and be like, like we have those moments that we're able to recognize and be like, Yeah, that's what they said they were doing, but in like, I almost feel like there's something in you being like, in hindsight, I realized that was probably a blindfold, right? So they're saying, like, I feel like there's something about this space, um, of a dream, you coming into the mentality, like the dream itself. And I like to point this out. Like sometimes we get these dreams because the guides don't like you've come into the reality by which you recognize that that can occur. So I actually feel like the dream is not so much a warning, but it feels to me like it's the amplification of the fact that you've healed a karmic lesson because you now are in the space of recognizing, right? You can tell the difference between when someone is legitimately, I keep on hearing, when someone is legitimately doing something, right? And it makes sense. They're giving you that heads up versus someone who's like trying to go out of their way to construct a very bulletproof narrative in order to create a blindfold so that you can't necessarily see something. Bottom of the deck on the reading, yeah, especially with the Hierophant in its reversal. I feel like a lot of that, like the reason that the guides are bringing the dream towards you is because, and I feel like often in spaces like this, they're kind of building into the context of saying to you, um, don't like, I feel like there was something important about the journey of doing so that you are able to tell the difference, is what I keep on seeing. There's something about like I hear there's almost something in that journey where like you looked and you were like, I could tell something was wrong. It felt too complete, you know? Like it felt like there was too much. You know what I mean? Like almost like I keep on hearing like the exactitude of another person being able to articulate something. And I keep on hearing like the fact that they're bringing that to you in the space of a dream is they're saying like I feel like there's that it's like the karmic dream because even in the disillusion, right, the dissolving of that was you being able to like the reason that that relationship ended was because you were able to tell the difference, right? Like that moment or that modality between like someone trying to construct a reality to you versus what was energetically happening. So if you're going through that right now, like I want you to like, I feel like again, I feel like it's not something for you to have your guard up about. I feel like it's a dream that's trying to show you, like it's almost like feeling to me like it's a celebratory dream that your guides are bringing you to show you how far you've come because it's that space of being able to say that like the dream itself is saying you can recognize that now it's not going to happen again because something that you took from that experience is helping you see it and it's going to inform you. It's not going to be like like it's actually the opposite thing. It's not something that you have to like prepare for. It's something that you can now recognize. You've integrated that lesson. Thank you so much for having that reading with me, Amber. And if this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. We are doing personal readings right now. If you would like to get on the list is closed, but you can get on the list for tomorrow and you will be the first person read for. 3 cards for a donation of 29 or more. 4 cards for a donation of 23 or more for my subscribers, links in my bio. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I do not read for across these apps, pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. The next person on the list for today is Blood Moon. Blood Moon, if you're here, can you respond in all caps? Let me know if you'd like a general reading or if you have a specific question you'd like me to answer. And if anyone else would like, and also friends, we are at 72.9K likes. When we get to 100K, I'll be gifting a reading back to the collective. So make sure you're tapping that screen. We'll get to 100K in no time. I'm also going to take a moment to read over some of the comments that came through as it was reading. Hi there, official ambassador. I'm afraid I don't do pregnancy readings here. So, but thank you for being here and thank you for watching. Excellent. Where were we? I wasn't sure if it was on all caps. No, you don't have to. It's all right. I appreciate that you put it all caps. Usually just put in all caps so I know you're here. No problem, dear. Thank you so much, witches. So good to see you, dear. I hope you're doing well. Excellent dream. I know, aren't they amazing? I love reading on them, witches. Yes, just one word. Overlaying the warning box. Yep. Missy, we are doing personal readings. The list is closed. I will be moving into one card readings for subscribers once we complete the list. So if you want to become a subscriber, I'm happy to pull a card for you today. Or if you want to get on the list for tomorrow, you'll be the first person read for. All right. Overlaying. Yep. And Debbie, thank you for sharing the live. Thank you for the help, Court. And Missy, thank you for the follow. Appreciate the help as well, witches. I'm afraid I don't do pregnancy readings here, Sanu. Oh, a few relationships. Yeah, lies, stories, and cheating. Yes. I live with my ex. He went out on Friday. Oh, I think he was cheating. Oh, Amber, sending you so much support on that journey. But that's why I feel like there's something about the space of dream in terms of helping you recognize the integrated lesson. Thank you as well, Tatonka. And Open, thank you for the follow. That's perfectly fine. If you don't need to have your future told here, it's okay. You're baking cookies. I love that, Haley. And Coquetzo, thank you for the follow. It's my blindfold removed to see through the masks of deception. Exactly. Like that's the thing about it. Like they're showing the fact that even in the space of like something dissolving, like they're saying that you can tell the difference. I keep on hearing you can tell the difference between something really happening versus someone trying to blindfold you. If you'd like a reading, Kuketso, these are the list is closed for today. You can either get on for tomorrow and you'll be the first person read for, or if you'd like to become a subscriber, you can get a one card reading once we complete the readings. We've got 3 more readings today before we get to one cards. And Jesse, thank you for sharing the live. This is the Smithwaite Centennial deck. You're so welcome, Amber. Thank you for the compliment, Fairy. All right. All right, the next person on the list is, if Blood isn't here, Myra is the next person. Myra, if you're here, can you respond in all caps? Let me know if you'd like a general reading or if you have a specific question you'd like me to answer. Hi there, Queen. Oh, thank you so much for the compliment, dear. I know I'm very smitten with them myself. All right. Second call right now I'm looking for either, oh, hi there, Myra. How are you doing, dear? All right, and if you can just put your question up, I need to step away for a moment. I'll come back and we'll do your reading. Also, just a reminder, anyone joining us right now, we are at 73.7K likes. When we get to 100K, I will be gifting a reading back to the collective in the form of a free reading. So make sure you're tapping that screen. We'll get to 100K in no time. Also, when you tap the screen, it encourages this live to be pushed out to those who have not received these messages before. So thank you so much for helping to share these messages. I'll be back in just a moment and we'll continue. But Myra, if you could please post if you'd like a general reading or if you have a specific question you'd like me to answer. Thank you so much. All right. And thank you so much, Jesse, for the follow. Myra, I didn't see your question come through yet, dear. Can you, you might have to repost it if it's not appearing, or you might need to change what words you're using. Oh, can I get a general? Highest good. Absolutely. Thank you for the compliment, Ginger, on the shirt. Can I get 4 cards, please? Highest party messages from Spirit for Myra. Also, for those who are here, we have one more reading after this. And once we get to that reading, we'll be doing 1 card readings for subscribers. If you have not had the opportunity yet to recharge your heart knees, please go ahead and recharge your heart knees, because when we do the 1 card readings for subscribers, anyone with a recharged heart knee will also be getting an animal spirit guide reading with your 1 card. Can I get 4 cards for Myra? Highest good, please. I feel like there's something about this energy right now that is potentially like, I keep on seeing like there's something about a lot of emotional, like there's a lot of emotional volatility is what I'm identifying. Um, but and I feel like I gotta stress this. And I was talking about this a lot in the daily collective right now. This particular energy that we're in can create a perfect storm in terms of overthinking, right? And like I keep on getting overthinking and course correction. Okay. And it's the Gemini energy. Okay. It's the Gemini energy, because it creates that feeling of, and like that's the thing about it. It's like the possibilities are endless, right? Like that is the key word of this energy right now. But often we can get very, like, it's very easy right now to like navigate some of this energy and to feel like tempest tossed is the best way I can kind of describe this. Okay. Because I keep on seeing, I don't know if you're someone who carries a lot of water sign placements, but like for those with a lot of water sign placements, like going through a lot of this Gemini energy, like it can feel very tempest tossed, because it's not like it doesn't move into the space of being able to like the it's the anticipation of the fact that there's a lot of like of that emotional volatility right now that is articulated in this type of energy. So I'm going to say the same thing that I was saying to you during the daily collective to a lot of those who are experiencing this, which is now is the time, okay? Now is the time for spontaneous intentionality, which is to say, if there's something that you have been doing that you've had your heart set on doing, and you recognize that there's a change you could make, then I'm okay with you making a change so long as there is intention behind it. But if you have suddenly had this like moment where you're just feeling a lot of emotions right now, right? And it's creating that moment of like, you know, wanting to go away, or feeling like you just need a change, or like you have to like you suddenly, I keep on hearing no sudden impulses. Okay. That's what I keep on hearing. I want you to write this down. Intentional change, not sudden impulses. Okay. Because what do we, and again, and the way you can usually tell, all right, I told you guys, eclipse rule apply right now. The way you can tell between intentional change and sudden impulse is if it's a good idea now, it'll be a good idea in 5 minutes. It'll be a good idea in 30 minutes. It'll be a good idea in 5 hours, right? The idea that we get that is that we allow the intention, like we set the intention, we give the idea a time to settle before we act upon it, right? So make sure that you're doing that right now with intention. And that doesn't mean, right? That doesn't mean that you can't make changes right now, but make sure that the changes that you are making make sense. What you want to avoid is too much overcorrection or too much course correction, which can sometimes feel like, again and again, this is the issue with all of this Gemini energy. We're working through the difference between being pragmatic and fickle. Okay. And what is pragmatism? Pragmatism is being adaptable as it relates to getting something done, right? Like that is the good thing. Like it's like Donkey Kong. Like it's doing something in a way that like you're like, okay, if I go like here and here and here, okay, they're good. Right. What you want to avoid is making abrupt changes, like making abrupt changes that feel like, like that are coming from the space of the emotions that are more like I don't like it. That I keep on hearing none of the negation of saying I don't want to do something anymore. Make sure that the change that you're bringing in is energetically constructive, and especially as it relates to communicating your emotions, which is again, our emotions are never a burden so long as we bring with them their prescriptions. So it's okay to communicate upon how you are feeling so long as when you are communicating how you're feeling, you are able to supply the antidote to another in relationality to what that would do or what would help to navigate something that you're trying to bring a positive change to. Bottom of the deck, yeah, especially with the moon card here, right? Like this moon energy right now, I keep on seeing like here's the thing right now. We've also got Pluto in retrograde, right? Pluto in retrograde can often create those feelings of being like it's not looking good, right? Like it can create a lot of that feeling of the distortion point in terms of like feeling like working into, like I keep on seeing like the underbelly of things, right? So I want you, again, if you're going through those moments right now where you're feeling like there's a lot of doubts or fears that are arising, I want you to write them down. And then I want you to do the work of identifying, um, the healing space of a fear that is something that we can work on. Like the healthy fear is one that is energetically actionable, right? It's something that we can work to address. Our fear is also, like I keep on hearing, our fear is our protector in the space that there is something functional that we can do with it, right? Like something we can do to energetically avoid something we can do to try to fix something. But what we want to avoid is those moments where we have fear that comes up that feels like it's not something that we can do anything with, right? The non-productive energy of fear that sometimes feels like it propels us forward in unhealthy ways. So I want you to do a lot of that work right now in identifying what, like if there's something about some of that anxiety rising up right now, because the thing with this Gemini energy is it can bring a lot of anxiety up. Looking at what it brings up and saying, is there something I can do with this that's energetically productive? Or is this something that I just have to move away from because it's not serving the self? Okay. Because I keep on seeing that something about you working in that space, like focusing on the better thought, is going to help you with a little bit of this energy right now. Because I do feel it does feel to me like there's something about this right now that may be difficult for you based on your sign work placements. But that's why I want you to say, like, when we're feeling tempest tossed, we let our manifestations guide us, right? We focus on that good thing and we do one good thing after another to move us in the direction of the better feeling. So I really want you focusing on doing that work right now, right? Not like, and even in the space of giving yourself some rest, right? If you have to prioritize the care of the self right now, that's okay too. Take the time you need and make sure that you're moving with intentionality, because what we want to avoid is a situation where you say something like from an emotional place and it feels like it moves you further away from something instead of closer towards it. Thank you so much for having that reading with me, Myra. And if this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. We are doing personal readings right now. If you would like to get on the list is closed, but you can get on the list for tomorrow. You'll be the first person read for. Next person on the list for today is Christina. Christina, if you're here, can you respond in all caps? Let me know if you'd like a general reading or if you have a specific question you'd like me to answer. And also, friends, we are at 76.1K likes. When we get to 100K, I will be gifting a reading back to the collective. So make sure you're tapping that screen. We'll get to 100K in no time. All right. I'm going to take a moment to read over some of the comments that came through as I was reading. Katerina, thank you so much for the follow. Sylvania, thank you for the follow as well. Hi there, Jan. How are you doing today? All right. And Jesse, thank you for the follow. Thank you for the compliment, Ginger. Oh, no worries, Haley. Well, we're going to get started on one card reading shortly, dear. Okay? General, please. Christiana. Oh, thank you for correcting me. Can I please get 3 cards, please? Thank you. I feel like there's something that you have to work on right now in relationality to being and like I keep on seeing like I feel like there's some kind of energy right now of being in some sort of rut is what I keep on seeing. And I feel like there's something important as it relates to I keep on hearing like identifying I keep on getting these readings today. Identifying what would be a productive conversation in relationality to moving into the space of getting through a rut, as it were. Um, and I feel like, I almost like I don't know if there's like some kind of like space here about deciding about like locationality, because I see that there here as well. Um, I feel like the focus right now that would help has to do with being able to be um very I keep on saying like very energetically clear as it relates to plans. Like there's something that I'm seeing right now that's just speaking to me of um and I feel like this is important. Like I see some kind of question of location coming up. Like I feel like there's some kind of like conversation you're having with someone as to like where the ideal place would be. This could have something to do with something you're trying to do professionally as well, is what I'm seeing here. Because they're saying even now, like it might not necessarily if you're doing something that isn't working as well, you might want to think about the locationality of where it is you're trying to do something. Um, because I feel like it's giving me a lot of energy about like working more efficiently, not doing more of the same thing if it's not creating the results that you would expect or anticipate. And it does feel like I keep on hearing like it feels like there's some kind of like desire for a refresh here. You know what I mean? It also feels like there's something about this work that you might be able to, like, if you're trying to do something in a professional way, like trying to bring some kind of aspect of celebration to it is what I'm seeing, because I'm not sure why I keep on identifying this here. Um, I feel like there is some kind of conversation you need to have with someone as it relates to where something is going, or what the long-term plans are. So make sure, like, I keep on seeing, like, double check with someone the plans, or give someone more clarity about the plans that you have, because I feel like I see you almost like operating in a space that you know what your intentions are. But in the space of being able to articulate our intentions to others, like, I keep on hearing, don't assume that someone knows what those intentions are. Make sure that you're saying them clearly, to, like, I keep on saying, avoid some kind of like circumstance or situation wherein, like, I feel like you say to someone like, "Oh, I thought we were on the same page about this," and another person being like, "No, I've been like I've been working from a point of uncertainty." So, bottom of the deck, like I keep on seeing, like, now is a good time to solidify those plans, and also they're saying now is a good time to share them with others in the process. Bottom of the deck, yeah, especially with the World card. Um, yeah, it's interesting too, because there's something that I'm seeing here that, like, it almost feels like there's something that you're doing as it relates to a reintroduction, like introducing yourself to someone in a new way, or telling someone like what has changed, because this is coming through very heavily right now, as a professional reading. And I feel like there's something about the professionality that I'm seeing is trying to overcome some feeling of stagnancy, right? It's like coming through some kind of like stagnant energy as it relates to being able to, like clarify, like, what, like, I almost see like you saying to someone like what you've been working on, or what you're working to change. Like, it almost feels like making sure that you're sharing, like making sure that you're, like, I keep on seeing, like, sharing to others in that way. But I also see like there is a little bit of like there's anxiety around something here, you know, like, especially with the fact that the World card is in the bottom of the deck, that sometimes can work towards, like it can work towards an intimacy wound. Like, it can often work towards, like, a fear of being known, right? Like, it's like that. It's like trying to work in that space of like being, I keep on seeing, like, being energetically vulnerable, that allows us to be in a space that it's like, I keep on hearing, like, it's okay to make mistakes, but it's like I keep on hearing, like, we celebrate our mistakes, because even in the space of making an energetic mistake, we're able to, like, have a breakthrough. I feel like there's something important about that work that you're going through, because it's helping you resolve any feelings of vulnerability in the process. Thank you so much for having, it feels a lot like growing pains. Thank you so much for having that reading with me, Christiana. And if this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. We are doing personal readings right now. If you would like to get on the list is closed, but we will be doing, you'll be the first person on the list for tomorrow. We are now going to be moving into one card readings for subscribers. If you are a subscriber and would like a card pulled, go ahead and put your question in the comments. And if you'd like to recharge your heart me's now, anyone who has a recharged heart me will also be receiving an additional animal spirit guide card on top of the standard one card. And I'm just going to take a minute to read over some of the comments that came through as was reading. Katerina, thank you so much for the follow. How are you doing today, Angela? And thank you for confirmation on that reading, Nana. Thank you for getting that heart me again, Nana. Excellent. Hold on a minute, just reading over. I get the world card in almost 90% of my readings. I've been feeling stagnant career wise. Thank you for confirmation. I hope that helped, and thank you, dear. Um, V, can I get one card for the summer vibes for me, please? Absolutely. Can I get one card for V? Yeah, I feel like a lot of the Six of Pentacles that I'm seeing right now, like this feels like a great energy of moving into the summer. Like this feels a lot like I just see like it feels like there's going to be a lot of that. I see you like in a space of like working through something in such a way where it's like I see you sharing something with others is what I'm identifying here. Um, and I keep on hearing like, yeah, it is like, yeah, it's giving me a lot of like, be the one to make the plans. Like, don't like you're gonna have to like rip the band-aid off it because I almost feel like I see like some kind of reunion energy and relationality of you being like, look, like I'm happy to organize something, right? Like, don't wait for another person to do so. One card for Grace. One moment, please. Hold on. One card, please. Highest party for Grace. Two cards coming out. We've got the Six of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. No overthinking right now. Concentrate on productive thoughts. I know it's hard right now. This Gemini energy can let like a lot of like unhealthy like doubts and stuff to creep in. Just move towards what feels like it's positive. Bottom of the deck, yeah, especially with the Empress card in its reversal. Like don't get too hard on yourself with this energy because I'm telling you, it's a combination between Gemini and Virgo. It can lead to a lot of like like negative overthinking of the self. Animal spirit guide card, you got the eagle, which is being appreciative. Like, what if everything's just okay? Like, what if everything, like, build into the perspective, assume something is okay until you recognize that, like, until there's something shown that's otherwise, is what I keep on hearing. Okay. Ava, one card on how they're feeling right now. Um, Exhausted. I feel like there's something about them feeling like I feel like I see someone that wish I see someone wishing they knew how to open up more, you know? Bottom of the deck. Yeah, especially with the world card. I see so again, the type of the frequency with this energy, ruminating over something they wish they'd said, right? It's like I see someone that's like trying to heal in that capacity. One card for Ava. Yeah, with the fox energy. Um, I feel like it's almost like someone who recognizes or feels like they realize that they're like like I was playing games, you know? Like I almost see someone who like realizes they were creating some kind of space where they thought you would chase them. All right. Alexandra, thank you for the heart knees. One please card for Alexandra, highest priority, please. Five of Wands in its reversal. Protect your peace. Work towards it. Bottom of the deck. Yeah, man, what is this? I keep on hearing, energy that like it's giving me a lot of state your intentions energy. Like no emotional appeals is what I keep on seeing. Like it's giving me a lot of that space of understanding that I keep on hearing healthy energy states their intentions. Um, one card, one moment. Highest priority, please, for Alexandra. Yeah, you've got the clean slate. Like it's giving me like none of this energy that's like call me. You know what I mean? Like it's like it's not that space of like kind of creating anxiety in you without telling you why. It's like just avoid that. Like I keep on hearing like not someone trying to like pique your curiosity is what I'm getting. All right, one card, highest priority for Amber. Yeah, especially with the 7 of Wands in its reversal. I see that like I want you to be like don't get like focus on what feels like it's productive is what I keep on seeing. Like focus on what it is that you're working to improve upon. Yeah, you don't have to be perfect on that journey, you know? We're always learning. And again, if there's something here that you wish you could be doing better, like just set your intention on that. Um, one card, please, for Amber. Yeah, especially with the horse. You know, like finding I keep on hearing like finding the bliss in your perfection is one that you can always recognize that there's something you want to be doing better, but that in itself is conditional to the experience of like moving towards divinity. Thank you, Amber. Thank you for those heart minis, Andriel. Thank you, Leonora. One card for Haley. Highest priority messages from Spirit, please. We've got the Queen of Swords. Honor your standards. Honor your energetic standards. Bottom of the deck. Yeah, especially with the Devil card. It's not nice to insist. If someone's insisting to you instead of respecting your wishes, let that let that inform everything you need to know is what I keep on seeing. One card, animal spirit guide for Haley, please. Yeah, especially with the sow, right? It's rudeness is not about courtesy is not about being nice. Courtesy is not insisting on things, is what I keep on seeing. All right. You're so welcome, Leonora. All right, Bridget, one card on potential new client. Ooh, positive, very positive. Absolutely. This feels like a very beautiful opportunity. Yeah, especially with the Page of Wands. I feel like there's something about having shared interests. I do feel like there's something here. Like they might not be great with communicating, but I see that they're very busy. So just be mindful of that. Yeah, you got the stag energy. So don't feel like you have to chase after something, like just kind of moving with like giving someone the time they need, you know? Chrissy, one card regarding the situation. I got the Emperor, which is saying to me like I feel like I see some kind of situation that like there's like it's like a journey of maturation is what I'm identifying. Like the recognition of like I keep on seeing like and it has a lot to do with the fact that Saturn just moved into Aries, like the shifting of priorities that often occurs when we recognize like the value of each other's time. Bottom of the deck, yeah, especially with the Ace of Cups in its reversal. Like I see something here where potentially you're more in a space of like value. Like I see someone, I keep on hearing like energy that's like really working on like utilizing their time to the best of their advantage will often have issues with energy that feels like they're languishing in the space of their time because like I feel like between you and another person it's like an argumentation point on what one does with it is what I keep on seeing. One card. Oh, thank you so much. And Andriel, thank you for the roses. Susie, one card from Yeshua. Woo, Yeshua and Metatron. Oof, came out fast. Hold on a minute. Every like I see like, It's giving me a lot of, you know, like I see, like there's something about taking care of one another is what's coming through, you know, like being able to be each other's energetic support is what I keep on identifying. Um, and I keep on getting to that. Um, I feel like there's something about that trip that you might feel like you're offering a lot of support to others is what I keep on seeing. Like it feels very energetically like I see you very much like acting as some kind of like supportive role to help others navigate like something that they're experiencing. All right. One card, bottom of the deck on it. Yeah, especially with the Ace of Cups, like helping others. Like, I feel like there's a lot of emotional outpouring that occurs during that experience in relationality to um, like communicating or working through something. I feel like there's something about that too. About like I'm not surprised to see it. Like there's a conversation about moderation coming through. One card here too. Yeah, especially with the water dragon. Um, I think there's something like I keep on hearing like working through. I feel like there's something about like a difficult conversation that occurs, right? But also something about like I keep on hearing like like there's something that's like hard to hear that almost authentic that rises up that allows like I keep on hearing the energy be like, I'm glad that you said that because now we can work through it kind of energy, you know? All right. Ella, one card on highest priority. Um, Remember, you're exactly where you need to be. The thing with this energy, don't crane your neck too much right now. Like the thing about this energy is like it's really hard because with all this Gemini energy, it can feel like, oh, you can see things in hindsight. Like being able to see things in hindsight is a blessing for the present. Bottom of the deck, yeah, King of Wands. Okay. Like everything that's for you is here in the present. Don't get too focused upon what you would do differently in the past. And one card for Ella, Animal Spirit Guide. Again, the present is a gift because the possibilities are endless. Thank you. Fig, cards on what I need to hear for today from a guide. Um, Make sure don't just like immediately react to how you're feeling. Sit on it for a second. If it's a good idea now, it'll be a good idea in 5 minutes. It'll be a good idea in 5 hours. Yeah, especially with the high priestess energy as it relates to how you're communicating your needs and giving someone the benefit of the doubt is what I keep on seeing. Um, One card. Hold on a minute. One card, animal spirit guide. You got the blackbird. Okay. Like you are a work in progress. And that ability of like not getting too hard on yourself in that journey, right? Like I keep on hearing, don't look for mistakes. Look for mistakes. You like look for the things you're trying to bless. All right. Sending you support, Grace. Jesse, these are one card readings for subscribers. One card for Kelly. I see someone in a space of deep contemplation, you know? Um, yeah, especially with the Knight of Wands. Feels like someone kind of going into hermit mode. Thank you for the compliment, Nels. One card for Minnie on future divine partnership. Ooh. Locationality, please, in terms of connection. It feels positive, feels like a fresh start, is what I'm seeing. Yeah, bottom of the deck. Kind of, I keep on seeing like some kind of air of being able to reinvent yourself. Like it feels like a lot of clean slate. Animal spirit guide. Boom. Wow. Confirmation. All right. I'm afraid, Blood Moon, we're out of time today, but you can be first on our list for tomorrow if you'd like to come back tomorrow. Leonora, one card. How do they really feel? I feel like there's something about them feeling energetically devastated right now. I didn't know you felt that way, is what I keep on seeing. But it almost feels like you hit the nail on the head on something. You're so welcome, Ava. All right. He wants me to chase. Oh, sending you so much support on that, Alexandra. You're so welcome. My friends, Rhoda, I thank you for the follow. We thank you, Afia, for the follow as well. You're so welcome, Bridget. All right. My friends, we have reached the conclusion of the reads for today. I want to thank you guys so much for being here and receiving these messages. Andrea, one card about the future of the relationship. It feels positive. Make sure that you're communicating your needs. Remember the emotions. Make sure you're articulating the emotions, but also bringing the antidote with them. Bottom of the deck. Yeah, I feel like you've done a lot of work in terms of like working through problems. So I feel like there's some kind of vibration here of someone who's like, you might feel like some deja vu. Give someone the benefit of the doubt. The past isn't repeating itself. Let the present show you what it would have been like with someone that was in alignment with you. All right. Excellent. Oh, one moment, please. As I mentioned, friends, we've reached the conclusion of the reads for today. I want to thank you guys so much for being here. For anyone who became a subscriber today, I would encourage you to head over to our subscriber only Discord channel and introduce yourself to the collective. You'll also find in the perks section a special coupon code that will give you a discount to our tarot class subscription. Our next class will be held on June 11th. I want to thank you guys so much we will be back on tomorrow at 8 a.m. PST, 11 a.m. Eastern. If you would like to be notified as to when I've gone live, please head to my profile, hit that bell, turn on notifications. You can also register directly for the event tomorrow because sometimes this app doesn't like to push when I'm live. I want to thank you guys so much for being here today and sharing in these messages. Huge thank you to my followers. Your ongoing support means the world to me. Huge thank you to my subscribers. Thank you so much for supporting me. It is, and thank you for being a part of our collective. And the biggest thank you to my mods. I want to hope you guys have an absolutely beautiful day. Please take care of yourselves. Please take care of one another. And we'll do this again tomorrow. Have a great day, everyone.